Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 2020, episode number 30. We are off to a really good start to the season, 8-4 record. We're looking to grab our 9th win in 13 tries and having a pretty good go at it so far in this game. Second half already, third quarter, 63-49 ahead of the Lakers. We've been up by double digits since mid-first quarter. And at least at this point, haven't looked back. They've never gotten within double digits at any point here, though we've never gotten up by 20 either. So kind of keep hovering in the teens on that lead. De'Aaron Fox having a good one. Only 11 points, but he's got 14 assists, something I haven't seen much from him at all from the beginning of this series till now. Jake Walker with 20 points. The big story, though, right now is we have an injury to Harrison Barnes. Of course, Harrison Barnes should be the backup power forward, as they actually do get within 10 for the first time at the end of the third quarter here. Just a 9-point lead now. Team goes a little cold, and that lead continues to thin out a little bit. Nice three-pointer there to get back to double digits. Anyway, Harrison Barnes out injured instead of playing backup power forward. He's been that starting small forward for us for going on 2 seasons now. It's Malik Beasley who has stepped into the starting role at small forward. His impact has been relatively small, but it's a move that I like. I'd rather go a little bit smaller and keep our post presence strong and get a little thinner at the small forward. As general manager, that's what I'd prefer to see, but I'm not the coach, so I don't get to make that decision. Either way, with 2 minutes to go, we're up 98-82. There's 100. So after the Lakers closed it within 10 for just a moment there, took us a minute or two to ease out of the slump and get going again, but then we pulled right back away, and we do get that 9th win of the season. 102-87 final. Let's see, that third quarter, the Lakers scored a lot, but that was it. Defensively, we really got the job done. I mean, holding a team to 87 at this day and age is always a good day. Walker ended up the leading scorer with 25 points, other than Anthony Davis. Leading scorer for us, anyway. He had 8 rebounds, 6 assists to go with it. Fox ended up with 18 assists. However, he did have 5 turnovers, so a little bit of a mixed bag. 4 fouls to go with it. That's given away a lot. He did at least get 4 steals, along with Walker. The 7 steals between them created a lot of possession, a lot of chances for us. 46% from the field, 33 at 3, and 76 from the stripe. Could be better, really, but 13 of 17 is not bad. They had 26 free throw attempts, though, so that's something. Corey Joseph ended up playing a bunch of minutes. Yeah, Corey Joseph. No wonder they lost. All right, now there are trades that I want to make this season. Oh, yes, there are. But it's not going to happen immediately. It's definitely going to take a little bit into the season. Starter at the next level. Colin Riley, okay. I obviously still have one huge weak spot on this team, and it is that small forward position. James Harden scores 44, but we still win the game. Lakers just 7-7 to start the season. See, the Warriors have 10 wins now. Oklahoma City 7-2 to start the season for them. Utah 13-5. That was just their 5th loss of the season. You see, with the addition of 2 new teams, the schedule is really, really unbalanced this season. There's a lot of teams that have played considerably more games than others. The Aces have played 16 already. The Grizzlies just played their 10th. The Hawks have played 22 games already. The Magic have played 20 games already. Again, Grizzlies, just 10 games played. When we saw the Thunder a couple days ago, they had only played 9 games at that point. We just played 1 game that last, 4 or 5 days? League has been restructured. 4 teams in every division now, 32 overall. So 32 is good because it does create parity, it does create balance. And it looks a little bit better because you no longer have fewer than half the teams missing the playoffs. It's now at least half the teams. That's one thing that I've always liked about baseball, or like, say, Premier League soccer, where only so many teams get champions, or Europa League, or only so many teams make it to the playoffs. You've got to be one of the elite teams to get up there. I hate seeing the NFL where you get like 8 and 8 teams, and a couple times we've seen 7 and 9 teams, right, making the playoffs. Or, here, NBA, you get those 6, 7, 8 seeds in the Eastern Conference all the time are below 500 teams. What? Really? I mean, come on. If you can't win half your games, what are you doing in the playoffs? Shouldn't be. The Northwest Division is a mess. The Blazers lead the division comfortably with a 9-10 record. Jazz lead the Southwest comfortably, but they're 13-5. And my division is totally stacked, apparently. I'm in the Pacific Division, which makes sense. We are based on the Kings, so they considered us Sacramento in this comparison and put us with other California teams. Instead of putting us in the Northwest, where we should be with Portland and Vancouver. But Milwaukee Bucks have moved to the Northwest Division. So they have reshuffled the league. And you can now see that... Wait, do we not have conferences? Okay, we still have conferences, yes. But they definitely reshuffled, and... Okay, I'm very confused here. Four, hello. 4 divisions. Sorry, okay, that's still Western Conference. So Thunder, Mavericks, Rockets, and Spurs. So you've basically got your Texas division. And this one's the unbalanced. Milwaukee, Minnesota, for that matter, have never really belonged in the Western Conference. But I get it. East Coast is a bit more tightly packed, a little more dense in its population than the West Coast is. And while, yes, Washington, Oregon, California have a very large population base, for one thing, it's all west of their various mountain ranges, and not east. And then once you get past that point, outside of a few places like Denver and Vegas and Phoenix, it's empty. It's just kind of empty from there for much of the country until you get to well past that halfway point. So I get the divide that you have teams that are central or east of the middle point playing in the Western Conference, but now another. At least I think it's a good choice moving Milwaukee along with Minnesota. I mean, the proximity on those two, you get that natural rivalry. The Portland-Vancouver rivalry is good, but Seattle is right in the middle between those two, so, you are missing that one big piece. But I get it. If they think we're Sacramento, then putting 4 California teams together, Vegas would probably be a little bit better, with them and shifting us up. But then, what do you do? What, Portland goes to the Southwest and Seattle and Vancouver are in the Northwest. Portland is very much Northwest, so yeah, okay. It is what it is. I think that's actually a good division. Utah, Denver, Phoenix, Vegas. Makes sense. Speaking of, since we're on the topic, Eastern Conference, Charlotte, Orlando, Washington. Really? That's a bit north, especially Indiana, Memphis, New Orleans, and Atlanta. Right? If anything, I'd take Atlanta and swap them with Washington, and at least now you're getting Southeast, actual Southeast, and more of just an East division that would then be a lot closer together. Kind of, anyway. Central, yes, though Toronto might be a little more east, northeast. But who would you trade out? What, Philly? I think Philly's a little closer than Toronto. That's arguable, though. Proximity-wise, I mean, if you mapped out all four of them. But yeah, the obvious ones that are a little off to me are either Indiana or Atlanta, right? One or the other is too far away from the rest of that division. So that division's really spread out. And then Washington is way too far away from the other three here. And Atlanta would be the obvious choice to go with those other three teams. In which case, I think if Washington is then available, Washington makes just as much sense as the four that you have right now, maybe more sense than Atlanta. Let's go ahead and get back to it. Get through another week here real quick. Vegas really struggling early on, but we are not. 11-4. Could this finally be the season that we get past the first round? We're still not contenders. We're absolutely still not contenders. But we are clearly getting stronger and stronger, and I think we could now be a second round team this year. 13-4 certainly suggests that we've struggled out of the box in recent seasons and then got better as the season went on and on. I think we have a little more depth than a lot of the other teams, though I took some of that depth away. Oh, come on. Guess we gotta offer praise. Yay for attitude. Boo for playing effort. I hate that it's generic, that it's always going to come out. There should be some sort of random element to that. One more here. Continue to make some rapid progress into the season here. And then I think we're not too far off from starting to look into the trade market. And Patrick Thompson just suffered an injury, I saw. And Pengoli as well. Dang. We've got 10 days sprained knee. And sprained toe. Same thing that Barnes had. Just 3 days for him. He's not going to impact anything, his absence. Barnes is back. Playing well. No, I love the depth here. That's a great 5 players. I mean, if Zach Collins is the weakest player you have in the post, you're doing pretty dang good. Most teams, not everybody, most teams would be happy to have Zach Collins in their depth chart. Not a top player or anything, but absolutely a contributor. Energy guy. He's going to get you rebounds. He'll get you scores. He's efficient in scoring. He's not going to score a ton of points, but he'll work. And that's all you can ask sometimes. Not everybody's going to be a superstar. Finally, our 5th loss. Walker scored 30 points in the game, but Orlando gets the win. They are deep into their season. Another injury, but he healed now. Dang, they are racking up fast for us at the moment. Let's go ahead and get through this game against the Mavericks, see if we bounce back. No, back-to-back losses. Ouch. And then we'll check in on the injury. We'll look at the depth chart for now. So Fox, Walker, Barnes back in at small forward. Bagley and Cauley-Stein eating up almost all the minutes. They're not leaving much for everyone else, which is a little ridiculous. But Heald and Thompson out definitely hurts us. Strained abdominal, 8 days, so out for a week. I definitely won't look to make a trade when he's likely involved, or one of these guys might be involved. Thompson, I think, might be someone to hang on to. I mean, young 3-star guy. Due to bounce back. There we go. Finally, 15-6 now. Cauley-Stein, 12-12. G League has started playing their games. Bucks come over to the Western Conference and suddenly are garbage as a team. Even though they have arguably the best player in the league. 113, 108. Walker, Bagley with big days. Another quiet period. We got a few days without a game. We come back and beat up on Dallas. 17-6 now. Fox with 27 in that game. And the inbox start to get rattled. Scouting update. Colin Riley, pretty solid. Likely starter. Okay. That's the same one. They showed us Colin Riley again. Here we go again. Knock them down when they're up. Alright, it's December 10th. I think we are still months away from anything coming up. Yeah. Still got 2 months till the trade deadline. Nothing between now and then. So I think the likelihood of being able to pull off a trade right now is extremely low. Conference rank is 2nd currently. I don't think we're going to see any teams. Let's see. The Aces probably don't have, but let's see. What do they have for small forward? No, they got Cole Williams. They ended up trading for Kevin Love, who's not, just like in real life, as he's starting to drop off. So are they small forward? There you go. There's your 2 small forwards that you want. And they have 2 of them. The exact same salary. With almost identical numbers. I don't think there's anything that we're going to be able to do to try to pull those guys in, though. So we'll see. Let's see. By Heald. Start there. And then we go with either a Bengali or a Schofield. And wow, advantage none. What? You like this deal? Oh, I love this deal. Salary cap legal is the only issue. We're a bit below, so maybe a Schofield. You would take this deal. Without even adding in the draft picks. Okay. Okay, fine. First round pick. I thought for sure I was going to have to give up multiple picks to make anything like this happen. Anyway. Okay, I did. That is something valuable. First round pick and Buddy Hield. Where it's saying no advantage, right? How about a future second rounder? How about the first round a couple of years from now? Okay. Alright, Bengali or Schofield or both need to come out, and we would need to give up something a little bit bigger. And what could that be? Is Beasley big enough? I doubt it. I don't think so. We're back to advantage none. Yeah. They're looking for a like for like. In terms of like for like, well, we don't have any players of his quality. Is Bagley in the neighborhood of like for like? Which would then bump Harrison Barnes into that starting role, and, well, you're not getting the same thing in return as we downgrade one position and massively upgrade another. Barnes is actually getting more minutes than Bagley is? Oh, that's weird. Do I want to try that? Oh, hold on, let's try this first. 2 first rounders. Oh. Man, oh man, I want this to work. About, do you have anything garbage? Any throwaway? Something you want to offload? Like Jimmy Butler's salary. I don't have anything in return on that though. You don't have any expensive garbage contracts. Oh, yeah. Close, but it's just not there. Just not quite there. Maybe trade deadline is a point where we can make some sort of deal like that happen. Bull with 18 points. He keeps coming in as a great sixth man kind of option. Big games, inconsistent. 18-7 now. Walker with 35, 5 steals, double for Fox in that game. Another win against a pretty decent Detroit team. th win of the season. Hey, inbox, what have you got for me? Not again. Oh, okay. Buying effort, back up, attitude down. Yeah, okay. It's only been a week. Lost to Portland. Lillard with 44, Nurkic with 30. Vegas has 10 wins now. They've gotten a little bit better. Crushed Toronto. Toronto really struggling on Lonzo Ball. No wonder. That's their key player, Lonzo Ball. If you got to rely on that, good luck to you. Hold on, we'll go by conference. All right, in the East, 76ers game up on the Hawks at 27-8. Knicks are 2 back, and then the Grizzlies. You got Pelicans, Wizards, Nets, and Pacers, and they even have a team over 500 out of the playoffs. Good job, East, for a change. In the West, Clippers are the 1 seed, and we are just 1 game behind at 22-8. So we've played 30, 73% win percentage, 15-6 in the conference. Makes us 7-2 against the East, 12-2 at home, 10-6 away. So we're winning in both places. We've been consistent. We've won 8 out of 10. And then the Warriors are just a game back, Jazz a half game further back, and then a little bit of a drop to the Nuggets and Thunder. So the Thunder cooled off considerably after a very, very quick start. Lakers, Mavericks round out the playoffs. Blazers are just out. They lead their division though, so at some point I think, right, they would be in. Is a division championship an automatic playoff berth? Rockets, and then it drops below 500. Quite a bit below 500. Not sure how that's only a half game difference. You look at those two, that's way more than half a game. What are we counting? Or is it because they and the Mavericks? No, they're not the same division. A little confused at the records. I mean, that's a 3.5 game difference between the Blazers and Rockets. Yet it's showing a half game difference in the games behind column. Spurs, Bucks, Suns, Aces aren't last. Good for them. Vancouver is, though. 8-25. Still December. The next time we look at doing a deal will be in the next episode, sometime in January. And I'm going to see if I can very, very quickly here in the next minute or so get us to January. With some quick simulations here. See how much further we can get past the 30 games into the season we are now. But either way, this is an excellent start to the season as we win over Milwaukee by 10. James Harden seriously injured with a broken foot. We beat Indiana 24-8 now. Let's see here. Is that January? Not quite. Not quite. Next game against the Aces, we'll do that one more day. Oh, and we lose. We lose to Vegas. They aren't playing the odds in Vegas. The casinos have it rigged. Alright, well, it's January now. I think that's far enough. Another Colin Riley update. Boy, apparently our scouting staff likes to keep an eye on that guy. So 24-9, which awesome start to the season. Willie Cauley-Stein is out, but he'll be back in one day. And yeah, that's that. Expiring contracts, one thing to keep an eye on. Who? Harrison Barnes, final year, and Torrey Craig. That's it. Barnes could be a relatively easy re-sign, especially at this point. The money just really doesn't mean much to me, so we should be able to give him what he wants and get him re-signed while he's happy. And then Torrey Craig, we'll see if we're interested. I mean, we have a whole slew of small forwards that aren't good enough, and he's certainly among them, so probably let him go, and then maybe in the off-season, if we're desperate, we can bring back. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.